Welcome back to Mass Effect 3, everyone. So we spent a lot of time on the Citadel last time, kind of. I don't know, maybe it was our last joyful moments we're going to have with a lot of the squad mates. We went on a little trip with Garrus, spoke to Samara, kind of cemented our relationship with Liara, I guess. We unearthed Zaid to do with the Din Korlak Volus ambassador situation. And yeah, we spoke to Jacob, which wasn't particularly memorable. Turns out he's having a baby with the doctor, who I won't refer to as Siri because I don't want Jacob to be the one in love with Siri. But and who else? Javik, interesting, he got to kind of interact with, you know, non-military personnel of other species and had to, you know, tone down his kind of doom and gloom a bit, which, you know, might see him grow and adapt a bit, which I'm hopeful about. Spoke to James, who was getting his N7 tattoo, which was his way of announcing to us that he's been accepted into the program. Yeah, it was nice, but also had a kind of somber note to it, right? Because it feels very bucket listy almost. Do you know what I mean? Like, because we might not survive this whole ordeal, I guess. Or at least they won't, we won't, none of us might. So what we're going to do now, we're going to go to the next priority mission. We've not got a bunch of Citadel stuff just yet, but there are still plenty of other clusters that are yet to unlock. The only thing I could have maybe done was this, but it's not on the map, so I'm not sure where we deliver this. Maybe you guys could tell me. So we're going to the Perseus Vale. The Quarian fleet offers both technical, specialist, and support ships to assist with the Crucible. Meet the Quarian admirals and obtain their help in the war effort. Okay, so I don't know what consequences there are going to be from from what we did in Mass Effect 2. We know that the female Quarian hierarchy member wasn't on good terms with us after what we did with Tali's father in that whole side quest. But I feel like the other two we were on good terms with. The one who was very pro Geth or pro leaving the Geth alone, and the other one who was a bit more of a warmonger. They seemed a little bit more amenable, but the female Quarian, she was very much on the side of Tali's father in terms of experimenting on stuff. So I really don't know how this is going to go. For all intensive purposes, it seems like the Quarians haven't had to deal with any Reapers just yet. We're in Dolan, so we'll just catch up these. I'm pretty sure we've read these before. I remember Chiroom. Yeah. We'll get ourselves in that Quarian mindset, right? Once a starship refueling station for the Quarians, Chiroom has expanded under Geth rule. Thousands of orbital platforms surround the planet and its many moons, refining helium into helium-3. A vast Geth fleet travels between Chiroom and Haestrom, preventing all but the most stealthy of spy drones from discovering any information about it. Current estimates place the Geth fleet numbers between 5,000 and 10,000 ships, with unknown levels of armament. Advisory: most intelligence estimates state that approaching Chiroom is tantamount to suicide. All civilian traffic is prohibited. Population 250 to 500,000 platforms. Largest station is Hell's Hive, Dina Station. Is this the place we came where we rescued Tali from in the second game? I can't remember. No, it was Haestrom, right? Formerly a Quarian colony, yeah, it was Haestrom. Haestrom was established to observe a phenomena on Dolan, the system's parent star. Dolan appeared to be unstable with a high possibility of erupting prematurely into a red giant. Haestrom was lost to the Geth in 1896 CE. Soon after, all communication from the planet and its attendant space stations ceased. The Geth have shown no signs of treating Dolan as a threat over the past 3 centuries, beyond establishing several space stations near it. Dolan's magnetic eruptions and solar output overwhelm most nearby communications, and it's unclear how the Geth have compensated. Today, spy drones can indicate extensive orbital construction around Haestrom. housing thousands of Geth platforms and an unknown number of Geth software mines. It's not known how many Geth are on the planet's surface. Spy probes face interference from Dolan, making remote scanning difficult. Resource estimations based on Geth mining, refining and fabricating practices suggest that the planet has at least 20 more years of use before it's exhausted. Intelligence experts speculate that the Geth haven't exploited all of their resources because they wish to keep some in reserve for repairs. Haestrom is a Geth stronghold. Military spy drones using cutting-edge stealth technology are the only vehicles to have returned from Geth space unharmed. All civilian traffic is prohibited. Yeah, man. Okay, so in terms of how our decisions with the Geth might influence things here, I don't know. This might be purely Quarian for the time being, but obviously we chose to, for lack of a better term, brainwash the dissenting Geth who wanted to become more like the Reapers. Now there is a chance that they turn back that way, but I don't know. Hopefully Legion is still around in some capacity, because he's very unique compared to the rest of the Geth. Okay, Gotha. A dwarf planet, Gotha has a pressure cooker atmosphere that brings its surface temperature to scorching levels. Carbon dioxide and ethane are plentiful in the planet's hazy atmosphere. There's been some speculation in the mining community as to whether the Quarians mined all of the precious metals before they fled the system some 3 centuries ago. Rumours abound that anyone willing to brave the Geth could find loads of naturally occurring diamonds on Gotha, but this is likely just a Starship legend. Gotha is in Geth space. All civilian traffic is prohibited. Okay. Who should we take? It'd be interesting to bring Edie, right? Might also be interesting to bring Javik. My only worry with bringing Javik is that obviously, because he's so hell-bent on revenge, he might characterize all synthetics as evil or untrustworthy. This diplomatic frigate is like no Quarian ship on record. Its hull is relatively low temperature, and it appears to be venting heat in a manner similar to that of the Normandy when it comes out of stealth mode. How the Quarians developed this high-tech vessel is unknown, but its hailing frequencies are open and welcoming messages are being tight-beamed to the Normandy, so that must be Tarly. I wonder if this ship looks different depending on whether you let Tarly examine the engines on the Normandy in the first game, because there was an option to not let her do that, right? Fascinating. So I'm going to take Liara. Or maybe it's going to take place on our ship.
Commander Shepard, a pleasure to see you again, though I wish it were under better circumstances.
Sure.
I'd hope for your support in the fight against the Reapers. What's going on?
17 days ago, with precision strikes on 4 Geth systems, the Quarians initiated the war to retake our home world.
Oh, you idiot.
Which was a clear violation of our agreement with the Council to avoid provoking the Geth.
A treaty violation is nothing compared to recovering our homeworld and advanced AI technology.
Tell me about your history. Right, I mean, we know most of it, but go on.
Your homeworld? You mean Renok?
Correct, Commander. 300 years ago, we lost our world to our own AI creations, the Geth.
After we attempted to kill them.
We didn't try to kill them, Chorus. We tried to deactivate them. It wasn't murder.
Yes, it was. Sentient beings. Yeah, I'm on the side of the posh Admiral here. Once they became self-aware, then you had no right to deactivate them.
No, it was murder.
Commander, the Quarians never intended to create a true AI. It was an accident.
So?
Which you chose to correct by trying to kill them.
Don't bother. Admitting we were wrong would undercut the justification for this suicidal invasion plan.
Yeah, you shouldn't have bothered doing this, man. You could have negotiated with the Geth. I bet the Geth would happily have vacated the homeworld, vacated Rannoch, and let them take it back if it was on some sort of peaceful terms. It's just that the whole creation of the Geth has conditioned them to naturally not trust biological creatures because they think they're going to attempt to wipe them out.
You're throwing yourselves at the Geth? Again?
What a waste of time, dude.
And this time, we may have destroyed our people for good.
We'd driven the Geth back to the home system when this signal began broadcasting to all Geth ships.
The Reapers.
Under Reaper control, the Geth are significantly more effective. Our fleet is pinned in the home system. If we're going to win,
Win? You insisted on involving the civilian ships, Admiral Gerrel. We need to retreat or we'll lose the live ships.
Where's the signal coming from?
Here. A Geth dreadnought. It can outgun anything we've got, and it's heavily defended.
The Normandy's stealth drive can get us in undetected. I could board, then disable the Reaper command signal.
Yes, cutting off the signal should throw the Geth into complete disarray.
Yeah, then you leave, okay? The Geth aren't doing this. If they're being controlled by a Reaper signal, they're not doing this of their own volition.
And while they're confused, you get to a mass relay and retreat.
Good. Our civilian ships have seen too much fighting already. Are you certain you can disable the signal?
We'll get you out of there safely, Admiral.
Our newest Admiral has also volunteered to offer technical expertise.
Tali Zora Vast Normandy, reporting for duty.
Glad you could make it, Tali. Admirals, already a team to hit that dreadnought.
Thank you, Commander.
Okay.
Admiral?
It's mostly a formality. I'm an expert on the Geth.
That you are.
Oh, a matching purple
I'm
here.
glad you're here.
No, I genuinely want to help. I don't want this to end in war again.
If I'd known it was this bad, I would have come sooner.
You've had your own troubles. I'm sorry about Earth. We've got the largest fleet in the galaxy. If you can help us, we'll hit the Reapers with everything we've got. Or however much is left from this stupid war.
I thought you'd support the invasion.
No. After talking to Legion, I thought maybe there was a chance for peace.
Nice.
So why help them?
I'm an admiral. People look to me for guidance. Public disagreement would divide the fleet.
I'll get your people out of here safely, Tali.
Thanks, Shepard. And just so you know, I need to keep things strictly business in front of the admirals. If you'd like to catch up, let's talk somewhere private.
Okay.
Sure thing.
I'm ready to hit that dreadnought whenever you are.
Okay. Let's check the journal then. And the codex then, because we've got Tali's entry here. Is she on? Are they still on board? Let's just check. Yeah, she's in the war room. So, I don't know if that counts as completing a main mission. Perhaps. So, we'll go and talk to everyone quickly. The Quarians have tried to retake their homeworld from the Geth. Unfortunately, the Geth have been upgraded by the Reapers, and the Quarian fleet is trapped. Travel to the Quarian home system and disable the Geth dreadnought, broadcasting the Reaper control signal. Okay, known associates. I'll handle this one, Mr. Narrator. Tali Zora, a Quarian machinist, was born in 2161 on the live ship Raya. During her pilgrimage, a rite of passage in which Quarians proved their worth to the fleet, she recovered a Geth memory core that proved a rogue Spectre, Serenatarius, was working with the Geth. As a consequence, Tali Zora became a crew member of the SSV Normandy, where she served under Commander Shepard during the Battle of the Citadel. Tali Zora returned to the migrant fleet following the destruction of the First Normandy. Soon after, the Admiralty Board sent her to the former Quarian colony of Haestrom to recover data on the planet's dying sun. Most of her team was killed when they fell under attack from the Geth, but Tali Zora herself was narrowly rescued by Shepard and the crew of the rebuilt Normandy. The Quarian rejoined Shepard to help oppose the Collector threat, but her current whereabouts are unknown. Don't know why they had to save like a dramatic entrance for the end of the conversation. She could have been involved in the beginning of it.
Commander?
I don't think stuff's going to have updated, but let's just do a quick lap here. We'll talk to them in the war room. Our war assets have probably been updated. I can't remember if I definitely didn't read them in the last episode.
Commander?
Hello, Shepard.
Yeah, I think we take Liara and Edie on this mission, to be honest. Yeah, I think we take Liara and Edie. Okay, so we'll just go in here once.
Commander Shepard.
Westmoreland. She doesn't want to catch up here, though, right? Ran. Okay, that's Tali's auntie, right?
Shepard, the
Yeah.
fleet is under heavy fire. We need to hit the dreadnought.
Patrol fleet.
I'd like to know about your patrol fleet.
In peacetime, the patrol fleet managed navigation, internal security, and intership conflicts or crimes. Now, we mostly guard the heavy fleet's flank. It's mostly light frigates or fighters.
Okay. Civilian fleet as well.
Tell me about the civilian fleet.
Our civilian ships, medical vessels, and life ships. Admiral Chorus coordinates them, though individual ships' captains still have power. In peacetime, they made up the bulk of our fleet. Now, our strength would even give the Turians pause.
So what, yours is bigger than the original Turian fleet?
Tali said you had the largest fleet in the galaxy.
The Turians have more dreadnoughts. Their overall military force is larger than our heavy fleet by far. But before we began this war, we jury-rigged every Quarian ship in the flotilla for battle. Even our live ships have cannons.
I don't know. I guess it's smart, I guess. I don't think it's crazy, right?
Use what you got.
Indeed. With the modifications, our live ship cannons are comparable to the main guns on a dreadnought.
Impressive.
They lack the armor of a real dreadnought, but they can back the heavy fleet formidably when needed.
Okay, and what about the heavy fleet?
What can you tell me about Admiral Geral's heavy fleet?
It was our main military force before the war, comprised of all Quarian vessels suited for sustained combat. It can't compare to the Turian forces, of course, but we have a number of heavy frigates and advanced fighter forces.
Just the same.
Tali said you had the largest fleet in the galaxy.
The Turians have... But before we began this war, we jury-rigged.
Sorry.
Indeed.
Impressive.
They lack the armor.
And Admiral Shen is the dissenter among them who wants to leave the Geth alone.
Which fleet does Admiral Zen command?
Special projects. It's not a fleet per se, just a few research vessels. Her technical breakthroughs have put us within striking distance of the homeworld.
Oh, her. That's not him. Obviously, you know what I mean. That's not the dissenting admiral who wants to leave the Geth alone. All right, thanks for the updates.
I'll let you get back to work.
Thank you, Commander.
Have we seen that interaction before? Okay, Tali.
That dreadnought is tearing through our fleet. Let me know when you're ready to hit it.
Do you know what happened to the Legion?
So what about Legion?
It returned to Geth space after you turned yourself into the Alliance.
And you haven't seen it since?
Legion and I sent a few messages. I was hoping we could try negotiation. But I was outvoted 3-2. Admiral Chorus was the only one who believed it would work.
Since the attack, have you heard anything else?
Any idea where Legion is now?
No. In our last message, it told me that the Geth were having trouble reaching consensus.
And then nothing?
Maybe it was fighting the Reaper takeover, or maybe it didn't want to give intel to an enemy. I could have warned it about the invasion. I didn't.
You'd have been betraying your own people.
Yeah, I guess.
I never wanted to be an admiral.
How does it feel to be back with your people?
How is it being back with the fleet?
Right now, it's exhausting. I'm an admiral in the middle of a war.
Yep, fair
I
enough.
just want us to get out of this alive. Everything else can wait.
Do you think your forces can help us once this is resolved?
When this is over, I could use your help.
I can't, Shepard. If we survive this, we'll have a homeworld. My people need me.
You could help your people's homeworld by fighting the Reapers.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, I'm not thinking that far ahead yet.
Okay, that's fair enough, I guess. How's the history of the war?
How did the war with the Geth get started anyway?
Admiral Zen developed a scanning countermeasure that interferes with Geth active scans. It's like a flashbang grenade. It effectively crippled the Geth ships in combat. My fleet couldn't pass up the chance to attack.
Yeah, useful.
Could we use it to fight the Reapers?
It only works against the Geth, unfortunately. Their AI lets them use extremely detailed LADAR pings. Zen's countermeasure overwhelmed them with garbage data. And it's useless now that the Reapers have upgraded their processing power.
Alright, fair enough.
So how did you end up back with your fleet, Tali?
When the war started, the Admiralty board asked for my help. I had more recent contact with the Geth than most of my people. They hadn't filled the spot on the board left by my father. I was invited in. It's just a technicality. I'm far too young to be a real admiral.
Don't sell yourself short, Tali. The board needed your expertise. You needed the authority that comes with rank.
Yeah, she could have warned Legion, but it would have only have meant Quarians would die. If she could have warned him, and she could have guaranteed that the Geth would then retreat rather than engage. But yeah.
Talk to you later, Tali.
If you want to catch up in private, call me up to your cabin.
Oh, okay, cool. Alright, let's just catch up with our war assets quickly. The Volus Dreadnought Quunu. The Volus have only produced one dreadnought, the Quunu, named after the diplomat who negotiated their client race status with the Turians. Quunu is the only Volus ship of its class, but it's remarkably well armed. Its broadside cannons and main gun are all Thanix magnetic hydrodynamic weapons. The Turian general touring the Quunu after its maiden system voyage enthusiastically declared that the ship could char a planet 3 times over. While its construction was funded entirely by the Elkos Combine Corporation, the dreadnought was jointly gifted to the Vol Protectorate and Turian hierarchy upon completion. Alright. Good to have that, right? The only Volus dreadnought sounds powerful. The Volus bombing fleet. Volus prefer air power in conflicts, counting on the Turians for ground support. They maintain several flotillas of heavy bomber frigates capable of warfare in any atmosphere. An update to the Citadel Defense Force, yeah? The Book of Phoenix declares that every Volus must aid those in need during times of want. News of the book's recovery inspired many Volus citizens to donate generous amounts to Citadel charities and defense funds. We've read the others. The Engineering Corps has been updated. The base of The base of a Hesperia period statue is covered in Prothean writing. Translations have proven useful to engineers working on the Prothean device. An update to the Alliance 3rd Fleet. This fleet lost a third of its vessel protecting the Council during the Battle of the Citadel 2 years ago. Unfortunately, the Alliance didn't have the time to rebuild the fleet to its previous strength before the Reapers invaded. I think we picked up the Nairobi, right? The SSV Nairobi is a top-of-the-line cruiser with the showroom finish of a ship just off the factory line. As it's never seen warfare, the Nairobi's officers have been running mock battles in preparation for real enemy contact. What else is new? Oh, and Zaid. Zaid Masani has a reputation as one of the most relentless and efficient mercenaries in the Terminus systems. Cerberus contacted Masani a few months after the Collectors were destroyed and offered him a job. Negotiations ended badly, and Masani now seeks out jobs that oppose his former employer's interests. He brings years of experience and finely honed survival skills to the fight against the Reapers. Okay, picked up some new Asari ones. Asari 6th Fleet has been updated because we picked up the Library of Asher, which contains definitive works by Asari on the art of war. These texts have been distributed in standard training manuals to all Asari recruits. The Asari Cruiser Nefrain is named for a lost city said to be buried in ice at Thessia's south pole. The cruiser still carries scars from scores of Geth fighters it took on during the Battle of the Citadel in 2183. The crew refuses to have the scars removed, considering them marks of honour, and a reminder of how close they came to annihilation. The Asari research ships. The Asari scientists in Orosoni had isolated themselves to prevent academic and corporate theft of their work. They've been researching new polymers, looking for a material with high heat resistance and zero conductivity that's dirt cheap to produce. One of their prototype materials appears ideal for insulating the Crucible's venting chambers. Nice. Yeah, the Asari Cruiser Cybane. The Cybane is an Asari Cruiser class warship. A mix-up during the cruiser's construction left it with an unusually large drive core, and engineers redesigned the ship around the excessive power source. The Cybane's unusually robust engines provide enough energy to generate kinetic barriers normally reserved for dreadnoughts. And some Asari engineers. The graceful, soaring spires common to Asari architecture look deceptively delicate, but Thessia's palaces, universities and theatres have stood longer than most civilizations. Asari architectural engineers dispatched to the Crucible are testing the weapon's construction to make sure it can withstand tremendous amounts of pressure. If built improperly, stress could tear the Crucible in half upon activation. Okay, so that's a lot of new Asari stuff. We're like 3/4 full on our military strength. Crucible staff. Wow, okay. The Volus fabrication units. Volus companies are skilled at mass producing whatever manufactured goods are currently in demand. Factories use modular equipment to switch their production lines from arms to housing to the next big galactic buying trend. Recovered from a manufacturing compound, these fabrication units can stamp out custom plastics for the Crucible on an industrial scale. Engineers. Volus engineers. Elkos Combine is a manufacturer known for producing reliable but less expensive versions of higher grade weapons and armour. Their scientists are adept at reverse engineering new technology. The Volus engineers rescued from Satu Ard are applying these same methods to break down instructions on how to create several dozen new plastics that must be integrated into the Crucible's superstructure. In a show of unprecedented generosity, Elkos Combine has waived all proprietary claims to any new compounds created by its scientists. I'm getting kind of excited by all this, how we've gathered everyone now. Because at first, it was pretty threadbare, felt just kind of like us and the Turians, but now it really feels like we're getting so many different bases covered, right? We've got the Krogan and the Turians on the front lines. We've got Asari intelligence. We've got Asari engineers and ships. We've got the Volus here as engineers and funding and manufacturing. Yeah, it really feels like we're all banding together. It's pretty cool. The Interferometric Array. Normally, interferometric arrays are used to analyse planetary landmasses or to determine the astrophysical properties of stellar systems. The powerful array salvaged from the Hercules system can be used for something much more ambitious. The Crucible tunes into the mass relays command switches. Installing the interferometric array into the Crucible systems results in a real-time map of the entire galaxy, including the position of each and every Reaper in the Milky Way. Wow, that's pretty powerful. Exogeny scientists. The Exogeny Corporation helped fund colonies all over the galaxy in exchange for a share of any natural resources found by settlers. Zoo's Hope was one of their richest claims. The colonists were obligated to turn over any Prothean discoveries in the ancient ruins on Pharos. A team of Exogeny scientists studying the few scraps of Prothean materials found around Zoo's Hope have become experts in their own right, contributing their knowledge to the Crucible project. An Element Zero converter. Element Zero refineries are large industrial facilities that remove impurities from the element, also called EZO, before it's used to fuel starships or gravity generators. It's an important process, as sending an electrical charge through impure EZO can cause the element to explode. By setting up a conversion facility beside the Crucible, Ezo can be mined, refined, and supplied to the project in record time. Excellent. Emergency fuel pods. The fuel pods scavenged from a field of debris in the Valhallan threshold were once attached to a fleet of merchant vessels making long, risky journeys into uncharted space. The pods have been repurposed for the Crucible project. When activated, the Crucible's fusion reactors consume entire oceans of helium-3. Wow. The fuel pods serve as emergency reservoirs should the weapon use more power than expected. Yeah, and we've got the Rachni as well. Are they under Alien? Can't remember. Yeah, the Rachni workers. Yeah, we've got the mercenaries, the Terminus fleet, ex-Cerberus. We've got some Solarians from the STG. Okay, an update to the Turian 6th fleet. Commander Shepard recovered a neurotoxin formula from a Cerberus lab, using it to make an antidote for a poisoned Turian general. Yeah, I'm feeling a bit inspired. It's cool, right? And I'm going completely caffeine free now, guys. This is a decaf coffee, which sounds quite depressing, doesn't it? But I do have a heart condition, so caffeine isn't really a great idea.
Commander Shepard.
Hello. I've gone back and forth with caffeine ever since I've had it, but I've never kind of overtly committed to being caffeine free. But that's what I'm going to do now. All right, Tali. Let's hope this doesn't end in some awkward romance situation. I understand that Tali's romance option for male Shepard, though, not for us.
Tali, I'm free if you'd like to come up.
I'll just be a moment. Thanks for asking me up. I couldn't talk freely in front of Ron.
You okay?
No, I'm really not. 17 million lives are riding on me, and I don't know if I can save them.
I mean, you can't be responsible for everyone. You can only try and make the best decisions that are in front of you, right? There's no point saying this, because this is something she probably knows in the back of her mind. There's no point just kind of bringing it up.
You're doing everything you can. If the fleet falls, it won't be because of you.
I helped my father and Zen's ideas, the new tech that made an invasion too good to pass up, that's based on my father's work. If they die because of me, if I don't...
We'll get them out of there safely, Tali.
I couldn't do this without you, Shepard. I feel like I'm bluffing, trying to convince them that the Admiral's daughter knows what she's doing.
Not the Admiral's daughter.
Yeah.
The Admiral.
Bit of imposter syndrome, I
know.
guess.
And at least now, I can push back against the worst ideas. That's why I accepted the position. And because of you.
Me?
When they offered me this position,
Oh,
I
right.
asked myself what you'd do. I thought you'd take the chance to make things better. That probably sounds stupid.
No,
It's
not at
just,
all.
I know I'm not really qualified for this.
You're doing fine, Tali. And thanks.
I should get back before the Admirals get into trouble again. I'll talk to you later.
Okay. Okay, so she's understandably worried. Energy drain? Wait, does that mean Tali's going to be a squad mate? That's one of her powers. Hold on. No! Wait, where is she? No way, there she is. Sabotage, combat drone, energy drain, defense drone, and Quarian machinist. Has she got some cooler outfits this time? Nice. Gold. Who doesn't like gold? Well, my whole outfit's gold. That's like a plated visor, isn't it? She looks like a... She looks awesome, huh? Oh, she only got 3. Okay. Quite like that, really. Weapon damage. Oh, right. Power damage. Power recharge speed. That's probably the best option, right? It's got the gold to coordinate. She's gold and purple, just like us. Okay, let's I wasn't necessarily expecting any more squad mates, but this not like in the second game where we could see the slots, so this could expand even further, right? Which is cool. So we're taking power damage on the aura at the minute. I'm more interested in cosmetics generally, so... Yeah, we'll use this outfit next. I quite like this one. We've not used this yet, have we? It's nice and understated. Alright, what time are we on? Like 35 minutes? What should I do? Let's just see where we're actually going first. Oh, I've got a level up as well. Yeah, so we can max out sabotage. Hacked synthetics fighting on your side move faster and do 100% more damage, or increase all tech power damage done to targets by 100% for 10 seconds. Yeah. Tech vulnerability. Yes, please. That's really useful because overload should be done by that point. I'll take that. I'll look at this. We'll max. I think we'll be able to max out. Yeah. Interesting design decision there. I think we have to keep AP ammo, to be honest. Let's just see where we're going on the map. Is it here? It's in this cluster, right? Yeah. Let's just see where we're going. We're going to my cluster. No, we're not. Are we? Where the hell are we going? I need to make a hard save, sorry. Is this where we're going? Am I stupid? Apparently. Amut. Amut is an enormous hydrogen-helium gas giant with a mass approximately 9 times that of Jupiter and nearly 2,900 times that of Earth. Despite massive pressure, its cores failed to ignite in a fusion reaction, qualifying it as a failed star. It's believed to have captured all other planet-sized bodies in the solar system as moons or in impact events, leading to its name Devourer. Not intimidated by this phenomena, the Geth have colonized many of Amut's moons and skimmed the hydrogen from Amut's upper atmosphere. Amut is in Geth space, all civilian traffic is prohibited. Oh god, chill out, Reapers. Yeah, so where the hell are we... Where do we go? I've got no idea. Oh, it's in the... We're in the far rim, we're not in the Perseus Veil. Ew. Okay. Should I end the episode early? I feel like this is going to be quite a lengthy mission. I'm going to end the episode here, guys. I know it's a shorter one, but it's the Saturday episode next, so that can be like super long, so... we'll leave the episode there, guys. Really nice to see Tali to talk to the board. I can't believe that they went ahead with the full-scale war, but when there's only like 3 votes on the Admiralty board, I feel like there should be like 15 votes or something on that board, considering how many ships there are. But only 3, so we know that 2 of them were in favour of attacking the Geth, so they had this new weapon. The Geth are being controlled by the Reapers. I really hope that this isn't going to be a cut and dry Geth bad, Quarian's good angle here. I'm really worried about that, but I guess with Legion's presence probably won't be. And all the defending the Geth options have been in the Paragon slot, so maybe we'll get a chance to bring the Geth on board. We hope. It just seems like they're inherently vulnerable to the Reapers, so how useful they are is still kind of up in the air. So we'll leave the episode there. This episode's a bit shorter, but we've got to speak to Tali. We've caught up on our war assets. We've spoke to the Admiralty board, and we know that we're going after the Geth Dreadnought next. So Hopefully, Legion might show up, and hopefully we can somehow negotiate with the Geth, because, yeah. Alright, hope you enjoyed this one, guys. Leave me a like if you did, and just remember, everyone, never trust an uncrate. See you next time.